Okay, so, we've moved into the new place, and as a treat, for me, specifically, we're gonna go see James Bond. Now, I don't know what to expect from No Time to Die, other than it's supposed to be the end of the Daniel Craig era, so kind of looking forward to a bunch of things. I'd really like if we got some sort of death from Blofeld, finally, maybe. And the only other thing I would really expect is, if Blofeld's cat doesn't make an appearance, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. It's going to be a 0 out of 10 movie for me. But anyway, we're going to see you guys, I think our showing is in a couple of hours, so I'll do another addition to this, and then I'll just put a plaque that says 4 hours later. Anyway, see you guys then. Bye! 4 hours. Actually, no, it's more like 5 hours later, because that movie was so fucking long. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so, first impressions, I'm pretty sure I broke in this movie. My wife, okay, so my wife actually just told the story about how I didn't break at the end of Endgame because Endgame was shitty, don't at me. And, and how this movie just kind of made me sit there and go, huh, I don't know how they're gonna go, where they're gonna go from here, but it's gonna be great. Anyway, from this point on, there's gonna be like semi-spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, just because I want people to see it, obviously, but I will, like, state certain things that I really enjoyed about the film. For one, I know I was supposed to do this tipsy, but number one, I gotta drive, and number two, I'm drunk on how wonderfully acted this movie was, so fuck you. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, so first, let's talk about the villain, because everybody talks about the villain. So in this movie, there were two villains, obviously, because in the trailer we saw Blofeld. The MacGuffin was interesting. I was actually kind of impressed with the MacGuffin, to be honest. And on top of that, not only was the MacGuffin interesting, I really enjoyed how it played into the ending, and made the decision for him, really. And then, as always, Daniel Craig is an excellent Bond. Not the best Bond, obviously, because Timothy Dalton is the best Bond. Again, don't at me. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Cody, what'd you think?
It was good.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm not allowed to say.
Well, I don't want to spoil the ending at the very least.
Exactly.
I will say I was very intrigued with how they included everything from other Bonds. Specifically, We Have All the Time in the World, which is a throwback to Tracy Bond, for those of you who don't know, was Bond's wife and on Her Majesty's Secret Service for about 5 minutes. Then, what? I really liked the stealthy thing, because that's a callback to all the fucking ludicrous bullshit that the Roger Moore Bond had. I mean, that Bond went to fucking space. And then, I really enjoyed this, like, banter between M and Bond. Like, I don't normally go for the, banter between M and Bond, but I will say, Bond calling M out on his bullshit constantly while he's in retirement, and even after he comes out of retirement, is probably my favorite thing about that entire movie. Like, at one point in the movie, he's just like, so I found out a whole bunch of shit, and I need you to get me access to Blofeld, because Blofeld's been in prison for a while. And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. And he's like, okay, bye. And he goes, all right, fine, I'll get you. And then, like, the next scene that they're together, he's like, all right, I got you access to Blofeld. Now go find out what the fuck I need. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, man, I'm so glad that Bond is calling M out on his bullshit. Oh, and seeing a portrait of Judi Dench made me very happy. That was a very nice touch. I was very proud of that. What about you, Cody? What did you like about the Bond movie other than the ending? We'll talk about the ending in a minute, but I want to talk about the other shit first.
Oh, gosh. I liked the new 007. Like,
oh, yeah. I love that was, like, a thing throughout the whole movie. Like, I really thought that they weren't going to do that. I really thought that they were going to be like, I really thought they would retire his number and not just give it to somebody else, but it really made it really funny. Just because I especially love the scene where she's just like, which one's 007? And then just like twice, and that was beautiful. And then a third time, which, as everybody knows, comedy comes in threes, so that was hilarious. Okay, so let's talk about the ending for a second. I know I said we weren't going to talk about the ending, but apparently Cody's going to explode. So, Cody, go ahead and talk about the ending.
I was expecting that right scene or something, but like, they just...
Yeah, I know the very end, they always do the James Bond shirts. I'm just thinking, no, break up, just like, how? And not seeing the murder of the villain was really actually jarring for me. Just because you see how he murdered the villain? Guys see him, like, the blood, and the shark tank, in, like, one episode that happened, or whatever. When he kills Renard in what's on Netflix, that happened. Yeah, so, like, you see every villain so far die. He was really interested enough to die. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, it's still, I haven't seen when you're not seeing, like, I don't know if I will, but I watched this for when I feel something like, like, he's in so much shit. That's what I mean, the fact that he's the villain, not saying anything, but, like, is being there, was only there to fight. He wasn't actually attacking, so wrong. But at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter because the James Bond series focused on Bond and he surrounds himself with. That's why, like, you know, everybody was like, everybody said they had a message at the end, and everybody wants to flip their mind on that. And I just was like, if I'm just, and like, I was like, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm fucking sorry. What's his last name? But anyway, yeah, I actually, now that I think about it, I really do think that this is probably the best way to end Daniel Craig's Bond. I really do. I really think that the entire plot, all of the orchestration, all of it was just so good and so well done. And I don't think... I'm going to say something a little controversial here. I think this is better than Skyfall. And I fucking adored Skyfall. Skyfall was like my favorite Bond of the modern era. And I count the modern era as anything post License to Kill. So GoldenEye forward is technically considered the, you know, thing. Shut up, I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I think it's probably the best modern Bond we've ever seen. If for no other reason than all the callbacks, all the loose ends are tied up for the most part. Oh, and by the way, I would like to point out that they did my man Felix dirty. I am so pissed about that. I was really, from the trailer, it looked like it was gonna go a completely different way. And then, like, at the very end of the first act, and I just kind of sat there for the rest of the movie going, this personal vendetta of yours could easily compromise Her Majesty's government. And then, like, you know, it's fine, and it turned out to be Mallory's personal vendetta, apparently. So, you know, oh, and that was the other thing, that apparently M is into some shady shit, which I have always suspected, and that was amazing. That was so I was so happy to find that out. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a drunk blog, because my thoughts are fucking everywhere about this movie, because I'm a goddamn mess. Not only that, but I'm hopped up on, oh my god, what the fuck are we gonna do now? Like, I don't even know what we're supposed to do with another Bond. Like, there's no other... Where are they gonna go from here? Speculation?
Oh, I actually have, like, had a thought.
Oh no.
What if, like, the next Bond movies and stuff are just, like, the stories and stuff that, yeah. Like, what if, like, it's just all stories and stuff from there?
Oh my god, that would actually be really baller. That would be cool. My other thought was actually, Aspiri had this thought in the theater, was following Naomi Harris as the new 007, who basically was 007 that whole movie somehow. And then, yeah, or my other thought was that they, my other thought is that they do something completely different, because as Aspiri has pointed out so wonderfully, the franchise is not, even though we have only seen 007 be named James Bond, it is just really about 007, which is the weird thing. And we've seen other rogue agents, so and we've seen other agents in the 00 status, so it would be really cool if it wasn't just about James Bond, but they like expanded to the other 00s. That would be pretty cool. Also, can I just say that as somebody who adored Desmond Llewellyn as the original Q, I think Ben Whishaw is doing an excellent job as the new Q. I really do. A lot of people are like, well, John Cleese, and I'm like, no. See, John Cleese doesn't really count to me because he was only really there for a movie and a half, and then he fucked off for a while and never came back. But I really think that Ben Whishaw really captures like the no nonsense, I'm so done with your bullshit 007 and it's so great. I love it so much. But he also cares about him and is his friend, and that's exactly what Desmond Llewellyn did with Pierce Brosnan and friggin' Timothy Dalton and Roger Moore, and to a lesser extent Connery. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice to see him come into his own at like, he's been in his own for the last couple of movies, to be honest, but it was really nice to see Q actually give another emotion every once in a while. I mean, I know they're all British, but come on now. All right, let's see. Final thoughts. On the scale of 1 to 10, what would we say this movie is? 10 being the best movie you've ever fucking seen, and 1 being the worst fucking movie you've ever seen.
Probably a 7. You said 10 is like the best movie I've ever seen. Like, I'd need to watch this and stuff like 2 or 3 times to make that call.
Okay. Out of the James Bond franchise, I'd give this a solid 10. And there's only 2 other movies in the James Bond franchise that have a 10 in my book, and I'm not telling you what they are. That's going to be a whole different video. You're welcome, Internet. Anyway, and then the other thing is on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst movie I've ever seen and 10 being the best movie I've ever seen, I would say No Time to Die is probably a solid 9.2. Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed this film. I thought it was way better than it could have been. I was really thinking that they were going to throw in the towel like halfway through the second act, to be honest. Because, like, you know, everybody's like, oh, this is Daniel Craig's final outing. I would definitely say out of all the Bond movies I've ever seen, it is definitely in the top 5. I mean, that's fair. You and your aliens. I would say, though, not necessarily in order, but my top 5 Bond movies are No Time to Die, Skyfall, License to Kill, Goldfinger, and A View to a Kill. And the only reason I like A View to a Kill is because Christopher Walken is fucking amazing as a Bond villain. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna drop Cody off at his house. And then we're going to go get some gas, and then I'm going to go home, and I'm going to edit this stupid vlog together. And then this week, my plan is to hopefully drop my 41-minute episode on James Bond, you know. And, all right, so final thing, though, I will say is I actually almost cried. Like, I straight up didn't think they were gonna, you know, do what they did, and I kind of almost cried. Yes, me, the internet stubborn ass, almost cried. I was so upset. Anyway, that's all from me. I guess I will see you guys later this week when I drop Bond, and later tonight when I drop this. Cody, do you have any final thoughts on Bond? Is that your final thought?
Man, I don't know. I'm just wondering stuff like, who are they going to get next and everything, and, like, what are they going to do?
I guess we'll have to see. I mean, they said James Bond will return. Oh my god, I just had a thought. Zombie James Bond. Good night. That's it. That's the tweet.